Well, to politics back home now, and Labor MPs are preparing to head into a high-stakes caucus meeting next hour where the Prime Minister will sell why the government should break an election promise and gut the Stage 3 tax cuts. Let's bring in Olivia Casely. She's in Canberra. Olivia, the PM's clearly prepared to take a calculated risk on this one. There's already been plenty of reaction today.
There certainly has, Ash. So it has sparked some fiery backlash from some quarters, but the Prime Minister this morning really trying to defend the backflip, saying that it's a necessary measure given rising cost of living issues. If you take a look at this graphic here, you'll see that the Stage 3 tax cuts, as they currently stand, do skew in favour of those earning more. So this expected tweak will redistribute that benefit over sort of the lower and middle income earners. The net effect of this means that those earning up to $150,000 will be better off than they would have been under the current package, but the benefit for those on the higher incomes will be almost halved. Welfare groups and the unions have praised this, they're supporting it, but any shake-up is going to be a bitter pill to swallow on those taking home a bigger paycheck because they've been assured on repeated occasions that there's going to be no change.
My word is my bond.
People are entitled to have that certainty of the tax cuts that have been legislated. When a politician makes a commitment before an election, they keep it, and I intend to do just that. What we need as well is to have that certainty. People have made assessments based upon the certainty that comes through legislated tax changes, and we intend to fulfil that.
It is a political risk for Labor, though, and the coalition's already going nuclear over what they're calling a broken election promise.
The election was won on a lie. The election win was based significantly on this lie.
This is an egregious betrayal of the Australian people. The Prime Minister and Treasurer lied over 100 times to the Australian people.
Why lie? But these are changes that also look like they're being drawn up on typical Labor class warfare lines to seek to divide Australians, to seek to denigrate one part of Australians as being wealthy and another part as being more deserving.
And business groups aren't happy either.
Government for a long period of time, many times, hundreds of times, has said they will implement the Stage 3 tax cuts.
Very true.
For business, integrity is important, and if you walk away from doing the things that you say you're going to do, then I think that is not a good thing.
The Prime Minister has long resisted calls from some left-wing or Labor MPs as well as the Treasurer to cap the cuts. And if we fast forward today, the Labor caucus is going to meet in a little over an hour's time to rubber stamp these changes. We did catch some of those MPs as they were travelling into Canberra Airport this morning.
We can't just acknowledge the cost of living and wring our hands and do nothing about it. People are doing it tough, and it's right that we don't just sit and observe that we actually take action and act. Now, if Peter Dutton doesn't want to support tax cuts and cost of living relief for low and middle income earners so they can keep more of their money, he should come out and say so.
But people are doing it really tough out there. We know they are. And I'm really pleased to hear the Prime Minister saying that everybody's going to get access to a tax cut.
It's really interesting to hear that language there from Labor MP Julian Hill. The Prime Minister used the same comment, that imagery of the wringing hands when defending the changes this morning. So clearly Labor MPs have been told to put on a united front in the face of this political firestorm. When it comes to what the government's doing more generally to address the cost of living crisis, we should get the full details of that when the Prime Minister addresses the National Press Club tomorrow. Ash?